hasn't gone anywhere, and we saw that on Thursday. We were actually sitting down in Morocco, and I'm like, look, TSM, the demand is still there. So if the demand for GPUs and CPUs is still there, that means that they're going to need their brain of the ratio, which will be their high bandwidth memory, which helps AI in terms of agentic functioning. It was all there, and so that's interesting. I think Micron is a story that is going to continue into 2026. Western Digital is in there as well. Seagate is in there as well. And obviously, people who are a part of the Market Mondays family, when we talked about Sanders, I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This one's on a rocket ship. And will there be a pullback? I'm sure it'll pull back.
Yeah.
But the story
But a crash?
change. Yeah,
No.
the story doesn't change, right? When people are buying high bandwidth memory, right? Let's break this down, right? If a company like Micron has got a high bandwidth memory, right? There's still other forms of memory that are SSDs. There's still forms that are going to be needed. Who's buying that? There's about 7 to 8 companies that are buying a boatload of the high bandwidth memory. Well, what does that leave for the PC companies, the laptop companies, the phone companies?
Mm-hmm.
Those devices need memory too. And so that's when you see, wait, who could be that next layer, right? If they're focusing on high bandwidth memory, who's focusing here?
Yeah.
Right? Like who's at this level? It's kind of like when we were talking about AMD and NVIDIA, right? If they're making GPUs and they got 85% of them, that means they've left the CPU market wide open.
All together, and it's wide open for another player. Yeah.
So who can come in? People are still going to use computers.
Yeah.
Who can come in that space and now take up? So like when you start looking at the playing field, it becomes very clear to you. Okay, high bandwidth memories in demand. They used to do it. Okay, well, oh wait, there's a company over here, and they actually split to another division. I'm talking about Western Digital, and they created Sanders. Oh, yeah. Look at what that chart's done since February. Are you kidding me?
And the second half of the decade is going to go to the most focused companies and most focused CEOs. Like, if you saw the CEO of Micron or Sanders walk on the street, you wouldn't know who they are. They're not all in the video like the Drewski skit. They're just focused on making business better. My price for Micron is $472.75 is where I think it'll get to. And the companies that are not doing incredibly well and that have not been focused, they paid the price, they've suffered. But them, NVIDIA, AMD, Sanders will continue to rise, hopefully for the long term.
There's reports that the shortage is expected to continue through 2028, 2029. We're in 26, y'all.
Well, we talked about Sanders. We talked about MU. TSM was another company last week that had a jump.
You don't say.
So TSM, how's the outlook for TSM? They had the jump last Thursday they reported?
Last Thursday. Yeah, you know, I mean, I've been talking about this company for, I feel like, the entirety of the show.
Since the beginning.
Been one of my favorite
And
companies.
if it wasn't for the geopolitical thing, they would be...
And I feel like it's beginning to get its due now, but it tells you the importance of how strong this company is and what it means to the overall AI economy, right? Because if you watch what happened Thursday when they blew out their quarter, look at what every company in the AI space did, right? ASML's up, NVIDIA went up, Broadcom went up, AMD was up, Micron. See, all these companies are up based on the demand, right? That's why they're reporting. It's interesting. That usually comes before all the big tech companies, right? So it talks about, wait, how are the orders looking? There's no slowdown. In fact, the growth is looking exponential quarter after quarter. So that tells you that this story is not done yet. There's still legs to it. I know everybody's want to say, oh, this is a bubble and it's run its course. But I'm like, well, look at how much money is being spent at TSM right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
yeah.
They're on a tear. This was a company that we've been in price since like $87. One of the best investments that has been in the portfolio is going to continue to grow. I think TSM, if it's in your portfolio, you leave it there long term and you're happy with it. Because the AI is going to be the story, not just for this year, it's going to be the story for the near future. And they're going to play an integral part of it. I don't care if it's NVIDIA that is the leader in GPUs or if it's Google saying, hey, can you manufacture this for me? Right? Whether it's a TPU or Broadcom saying their XPU manufacturer, it's still the choice has been Taiwan Semiconductor, and that doesn't look like it's going to change. In fact, I think it's actually going to be increased when the fabs come online here in America.
Yeah, my end of year.
You did do a 1-day option on that.
Shawty, you did?
Yeah, we both did.
Okay.
He told me to do a 1-day option.
All right. So you want to give him
So why you look mad?
Yeah,
Yes, guys, some of these sharing with you guys some of the podcasts that I've listened to that has helped me how to think better as a business person, and just sharing with you guys that you too can listen to other people that is doing amazing things in the marketplace and learn from them, follow them.
But I
Okay?
wanted to see, right, because the shorter contracts, 6 months to 2 months to sometimes a month out, number one, they can have some huge gains, but they're also a little bit more affordable for the everyday person. And so this is 100% transparent. It's 3:50 New York Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. I had read all the reports. Obviously, I studied TSM, and I'm like, yo, we're sitting down watching this game. I'm like, yo, Shawty, I got a good feeling about this. I usually tell the guys, like, yo, I'm about 80. I give them a percentage. Like, I'm 85%. Yo, I'm 90%.
Yeah.
I'm 95%. When I say that, they're like, oh, if he's 95%, I believe in this. So I'm like, look, I'm about 90% here. I think TSM had pulled back on Wednesday. It was down to 327. I'm like, yeah, we could probably get in a 330 call out for like February or the end of the month.
No, it was next week.
No, it was 2 weeks.
It was January 20th.
That's not a Friday.
It was something. It was next week. It was a week.
It was the 30th. It was 30th, January 30th. So I'm like, all right, well, that's 3 weeks. It's at 327, $3 move. I know they're gonna blow out earnings. I got all my, I won't call it my crystal ball, but I got my method to figure out how it's gonna report. Yo, 5 minutes to go. I'm like, yo, we're gonna do this, Shawty. I'm like, here. We literally phones next to each other, like, we're gonna do it. So we do it. That morning, I wake up because we're 6 hours behind.
6 hours ahead.
6 hours ahead. I'm like, oh, damn, we got to wait. When the market opened or reported, I think because TSM reported like 6:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it was at $357, right? So I'm like, all right, bet. We got to stick to our game plan. So we're watching this like sketchy Wi-Fi in the car. I'm like, look. He's like, yo, when you gonna sell it? When you gonna sell it? I said, yo, you know my rule. Like 100% is my number. If I get the 100%, I'm out of here. So I think you got the 100%, right?
97.
So you got the 90%, 97. So literally from 3:50 p.m. to like about a 10-minute trade, really. He's up 97%. I lose. This is the day that Verizon loses service. I got no service. I can't even get into my phone. So I'm like, yo, I need somebody's Wi-Fi. It takes me about 30 minutes to get Wi-Fi. By the time I opened my account, I was up 147%. And so, I took profit and said, all right, let's move on with our day.
Amazing. TSM, my end of year target will either be 448.52, and my 3-year target will be 576.54. If you're in it long term, please don't get out. And yeah, great job on the trade.
Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah. I told you, what happens in those type of trades? 2 things happen. He goes through the exact emotion that most people do. Like, damn, that was fire. Like, that's the when it works. Like, that was a great trade, right? The second emotion is, damn, I should have
held longer.
I should have put more money.
It's either more money or held longer. Yep. It always works that way.
Yeah, you think about that, right? Like I always tell my brother, I'm like, yo, if I get you 10, 10 get you 20.
Well, given that if I would have had more time, like I told him, I said I would have put 100,000 in, because if you look at it from a mathematical standpoint, like
Troy, you funny.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
100,000 get you 97.
This is
in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
this is why I got to get better. That's why I want to be even better.
The intraday. And Kevin, People ask for a price where to get in. I gave a price. If you don't want me to give a price on the show, I won't. And Stock Club, if you want to know where to get in and where to get out on all the most amazing companies in the world, go to ianinvest.com. Not only am I giving monthly prices, now I'm giving weekly prices for the hottest stocks in the world, so you never have to wait a full month to get new prices. If I made you money, please put yes in chat. Back to you, Troy.
Like, check your text message, bro.
And get your tickets to Invest Fest.
Please do.
We cooking up. We got some announcements that we're gonna make. Speaking of Red Panda, check Telegram. If you're in Red Panda, you're gonna get your discount code. But Invest Fest, August 7th to August 9th. Life-changing information. This is the year 6. Time flies.
It's a fact.
Year 6 of Invest Fest. Wow. If you've been to Invest Fest, put some fire in the chat. Nothing like it.
He said you was. He said you. I thought he was saying I was capped. He's saying that you was capped.
I would have done it.
I believe you would have done it. It was 5 minutes.
It was 5 minutes until the bell closed, and we in Morocco.
The last 20 minutes of the American Close, Nicole, is a very profitable time because you've already seen the direction throughout the day. So well played.
Well played. Yeah. The next thing you're gonna say, why you in Texas?
You picked up green and blue city. That's tough.
Yeah. That was the day before that. On the way to that, that's when I was like, all right, low service.
Yeah.
Okay, Ian, let's go to this. Let's. I'm gonna name a group of A, B, C, D, a group of stock, and talk about which one you will hold for the next 10 years and why. So in Group A, you have Apple, Facebook, or Apple, Meta, Bitcoin, and Micron. Apple, Meta, Bitcoin, Micron. In Group B, you have Nvidia, Tesla, Palantir, and Eli Lilly. In Group C, you have Microsoft, TSM, Broadcom, and Ethereum. And in Group D, you have Amazon, Google, Walmart, and Berkshire Hathaway B. So out of that group, what's the group that you would hold for 10 years and why?
It's like when Bron had to do the All-Star game picks, right? Are we going for safety or are we going for growth? What's the measurement?
Growth. Let's go growth. Okay. I think we gotta have a difference of opinion here, but I'm interested.
Okay, well, let's do reverse. I gotta eliminate D because of Berkshire.
Okay.
Buffett's not there. I don't know if Greg is going to follow. It's a lot of cash on hand. I'm hearing a lot of things of like he's trying to find his footing on the investment philosophy that he's left with. So for right now, I'm gonna have to take D out. C, I love Tom Lee.
Oh, so that's crazy. Hey,
like,
yo.
What I say?
I didn't even know. That was crazy.
No, repeat it one time. Pause.
You said you're gonna have to take that letter out.
VSG, clip me up. Go Clippers. 2026. Do you work? So I can't do Ethereum. So I think I'm gonna lean on. I'm gonna go with B. Nvidia, Tesla, Palantir, and once again, I keep saying I do not like it from a moral standpoint, but with who is in office the next 4 years, Peter Thiel being the mastermind behind him also getting elected, I'm gonna go with Nvidia, Tesla, Palantir, and Lilly as my 4. What about you?
Solid.
Like if I had to put up 10 or 15 million into the market, yeah, I would sleep incredibly well with those and also get growth out of them. But Taiwan Semi look nice though. I ain't gonna. Ethereum is the only one that's the one that shouldn't be in the All-Star list. I wish.
Yeah, I don't. You know what?
I want to go see.
I'm being honest with you here. I don't think you go wrong with any of them. I really don't.
Yeah.
Especially if we're talking like I know you said you wanted to throw the letter D out, but when we're talking about necessities, I said the letter D out. Like, very clear. When we talk about necessities and we talk about stable companies that are going to be here for the next 10, 15, 20 years.
Yep.
I mean, Amazon for sure, right? The only thing I don't like is that they both are in e-commerce. So you got Amazon and Walmart here, and
they kind of overlap.
They overlap, and Google will definitely be the leader in this year for AI, and I think in the future as well. And Berkshire is just like the safest play that you can have. I think that's going to be on autopilot, right? The next one I was looking at is because we just talked about Meta, but Bitcoin's in there. And if we're talking about the next 10 years and the expectations for growth for Bitcoin over the next 10 years, I don't know if any of these companies are going to have that type of multiple. You know what I mean? Like Nvidia's already at a little under 5 trillion. If it gets to 7 trillion, I mean, that would be incredible over the next 10 years. Yeah. But what's the appreciation for Bitcoin over the next 10 years? Like that could be $1 million, right? That could be 700,000. Facebook, obviously Apple is going to be here. Micron, the memory story that's a cyclical trade, right? Like at some point,
it probably got 3 more years left on it though.
Right. Yeah, it got some time. Yeah. So that means that you got 7 that you're not. Nvidia inside of the B category is interesting. We're talking 10 years. Now we've said they're going to have the lead for the next 3 to 5. What happens in year 7? I still think in terms of market cap, they'll definitely be in the top 5. But could there be a company that passes them?
Apple?
No, Nvidia.
Oh, Nvidia. Okay, yeah,
right. Like Google's surprise is like it's here.
On fire, bro. And the crazy part in the A group, Apple's the one that drags the portfolio down.
Current day. And then obviously fire. See has Microsoft, Broadcom. These are all good options.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
I would go A.
Yeah, I think A. All right, so let's try to breeze through these last couple of topics because we got to bring the brother MG on. Robinhood, outlook for Robinhood, and Vlad, he sold a lot of his shares. What happened with that?
He deserves to be rich. I saw this and I'm like, he's built this, fought through the entire banking infrastructure, building the Robinhood's Not for the Hood campaign. That was paid propaganda by the banks and brokerages. He innovated at this level. You can argue he gave a platform for options. He's integrating into prediction markets, high integration into the futures market. Hell of a CEO. Contrary to popular belief, most people buy shares in a company or build a company to be able to sell them, to be able to be wealthy and to be free. It doesn't mean that he does not believe in the company. I think if still at this price, they're incredibly undervalued. Robinhood is going to do incredibly well. I think every news story of a person selling does not mean that they think the stock is going to fall apart. They are just liquidating some of the shares at the vesting schedule that they have predetermined by the shareholders.
I'm big on Robinhood. I had it in my top 10 picks for 2026. They're at a interesting place. Like I think right now they're down over 30% from its all-time high, which is interesting enough where I like to see companies, right? Like strong companies that I believe in, I like to see them at a discounted. I think it's at that point right now. I think everything you said is important. A key sign to see when would be a good time, and this is just like free game for y'all. Robinhood makes a lot of its revenue based on options trading. And so if you want to see if Robinhood is going to start to tick up, look at the volume of options trades that are happening, whether it's in equities, whether it's an ETF. That is a telltale sign. I think you saw a pullback here this year because the other piece that helps them grow is crypto, right? Like it's a very usable brokerage. And so when crypto pulls back a little bit, you'll see Robinhood start to consolidate. But I think that changes, the story for that changes in 2026 in addition to the prediction markets. I know they think it's not going to be a huge thing. I think they're underestimating that. I think a lot of young people that we speak to, when I ask them what brokerage they're using, the number one that they say is Robinhood. I think, again, and I told y'all to circle that around July when they figure out these baby accounts or these baby bond accounts, who is the brokerage that they're going to choose. I'd be interested to see, man. I feel like they got a good case that they may want to be the choice to hold some of these accounts for the 2025 and 2026 babies.
If Robinhood gets to 95.32, that's a good price to form a position in Robinhood. $95.32.
Yeah.
Is OpenAI in trouble?
I was one of the first ones screaming this, but with this lawsuit and the paper trail that has been left there, it doesn't mean that the company is dead. I'm not saying that because I've been a big fan of OpenAI. But even shout out to Calicanis, Jason also has championed my statement that I made last year on the show, is that if you're a developer, be careful of the IP that you've put on ChatGPT, because now in Silicon Valley, there's some companies who are saying that they've uploaded some proprietary information, and now that information is coming out in product form inside of OpenAI. So Elon may not win every battle per se, but in terms of war, he's pretty good. And the sentiment on Sam is changing rapidly, so much so that Microsoft is moving the Azure customers to another large language model provider. So I think when Brad Gerstner woke up that story and had the interview with him, and he was flippant in the answer about the revenue, that caused a lot of damage in the market. And for that company, they have to regulate and get this done. And he needs management, crisis management like no other right now, because this can destroy some of the valuation of the company. But Microsoft, from what I'm told inside the headquarters, is not very happy with the investment or him right now.
There are reasons for concern. I think obviously, they had a pretty good year. They brought in 20 billion, but they've spent so much more. I think people need to understand that OpenAI is not a profitable company present day, right? Like, they're not profitable. I think what caused a stir this or last week was the idea of them now adding ads to the platform. Well, why would you add?
My God.
Right? They were adamant about, like, that was not something that they wanted to do, and now they've had to reverse course. Well, why do you take on ads? Well, you need revenue.
You need the money.
Right? Like, we need money, and you have millions, like 800 million people using it, or 900 million people using it, low tiers, you need to bring in some capital, because the overspending, right, at some point, that check has to be cashed, right? Like, the problem with that is that the competition it's
heating
here.
up.
No, it's here. So the second that they said that they're going to now add ads to the platform, what did Google do with Gemini? They said, look, nah, man, we're never going to do that because that's not the only thing that they rely on. And so the competition is here. So when you look at that, the competition, Anthropic is about to go public. I know they just tried to raise the valuation for that as well. You got to look for who's your support. And so the comp for them is Google for sure, Meta, Anthropic, right? What they support, even though you just talked about Microsoft is still a supporter. It's more advantageous for them to want OpenAI to do well at their deal structure. They still have Oracle, right? And they're kind of like in this thing together. But we know that Larry Ellison is willing to do things, and we saw that recently with the Netflix Warner Brothers deal, and go above and beyond to make sure that his investment works. SoftBank is still a supporter. NVIDIA is a supporter. AMD is a supporter.
Yeah.
Broadcom is a partner. So they have a strong base of partnerships and support that won't, in my opinion, won't allow it to fail. What? They got to start making some money. And so the ad thing and doing it quickly. In fact, they're saying that based on the bottom line now, profitability doesn't look likely till 2029.
Minimum.
Right, that's 3 more years. So now, how do you get this expenditure of when we talked about the $500 billion investment in Stargate? Right, how do we get this investment inside of AMD to be profitable? How does the Broadcom thing make sense? They got to figure this out and figure it out quickly because Gemini is not slowing down, and Anthropic is not slowing down, and even Grok XAI is not slowing down.
It's slowing down at all. Nope.
And that's not their only source.
Gemini added 8 million users in the last year when they were behind initially. And like I said, Microsoft became one of Anthropic's top customers, on pace to spend nearly $500 million a year for Anthropic AI to power Microsoft products. They can still invest and own 49% of a company, but if you have an erratic leader, you're going to say, let me hedge my bet and invest somewhere else so that the deliverability and the quality of the AI is higher for the customers. And as soon as they go public, we'll take our cash coffers and then we'll go invest in another company again and leave you out to be on your own. You can't have an erratic leader that's a theft. And also on top of that, that report of that suicide and that engineer being killed, some of this shit is coming back on you. It's too many rumblings in San Fran about this was clearly stolen from it was nonprofit and you converted it for profit and then moved them out. He stopped the ketamine use. He's awake now. You have a real lawsuit to fight. Everyone wants to walk away, and Google and Anthropic are going to be some of the biggest beneficiaries of. So it goes back to Rashad. You can't have an emotional, erratic man leading a company of that magnitude. You can't trust him.
And it's the idea of it being in debt is not. I mean, you feel like you hear that in the investment world all the time, especially with startups. The issue is the scale of the debt. It usually is not in the hundreds of billions. And that's
they were asking for a bailout before they went public. What?
Raise another round. The problem now when you raise another round, when people see that the competitors have caught up to you, they got to figure something out.
All right, my bad, Rashad. Go ahead.
All right. Well, we'll monitor the situation. There's a few downward stocks right now. Netflix is down 34%, Meta's down 22%, Microsoft is down 17%, Tesla 12%, Nvidia 12%, Apple 10%, Amazon 8%, Google 2%. What down stock is the stock that you most like right now?
Out of this category, all of them long term. If we're looking short term, Microsoft will be first. And I really love the restructuring of Tesla no longer being a car company and being autonomous and him being focused more than ever. Do I think Netflix will recover? Once again, it's a debt issue. I think Netflix will probably be third and they'll be fine. But I'm going to have to go with Microsoft first, Tesla second, then Netflix third. The RIP is a great move. Kudos to Ben Affleck and
you like it?
What? You didn't? It's like Sicario in the town in one.
I didn't finish it. I was watching is it He Said, She Said? What was the drink? Is it hers or
Is it hers? That's another. Yeah.
Netflix is doing a few things that's concerning to me.
Tell me more.
Yeah.
They going into music.
Wait, what?
Oh, you ain't hear about that?
No, I've been on my peaceful meditation thing. No, I didn't see that.
Staying off the web.
Yeah, I spoke to somebody that's very high up on the food chain today when it comes to these content creation topics, and they said that Netflix they're creating their own streaming service for music, and don't be surprised if they sign Drake or somebody of that caliber,
of that magnitude. Okay, that I have heard. Yeah.
I think that might be it. I don't know. It's a gamble. But then there's this number one, like one of the top 3 movies on Netflix right now I watched yesterday. It's like The Suitcase Killer. You ever watched that?
Oh, yeah.
I was actually going to watch it last night.
Yeah, you eat Netflix bad, right?
It's concerning. The reason why...
The movie or the strategy?
The movie is a Lifetime. It's like a Lifetime movie.
Okay.
I was surprised that Netflix even put it on their platform.
They do some of those.
Mm-hmm.
That to me, just on an eye test.
All of these are rolling.
Yeah, no, that's not fair.
It's like with Def Jam. Shout to Def Jam and everybody here. It's like the last 5 years of Def Jam. Yeah.
You're starting to cut it too much. Yeah, you're cutting it too much. You're cutting it too much, man. I said
and it was in like the top 10 recommended too.
It was like number 3. It definitely was number 3.
It's trending.
Yeah, but here I mean, tomorrow's a big day, right? By the time we come on Market Mondays next week, we'll have a better picture of what Netflix looks like. I think fourth quarter is traditionally their best quarter. Fourth and first are usually their best, obviously because of the content that they put out. And they had a hell of a year when you're talking about Stranger Things, I mean, it's still the most watched thing on Netflix. Billions of views. Talk about Squid Games that they had the finale for that. Then they brought in the Dragon, what is it, Dragon Demon or Demon Slayer, whatever that thing is.
Something like that, yeah.
And that went crazy. Demon Hunters, that was incredible. And they just had a wild card. Like, the Diddy documentary is a wild card, but the numbers that it did were incredible. Adding to that, the live sports, you have football, you have the Jake Paul fight. I think they're going to report an incredible quarter, and maybe we'll get more clarity on what this Warner Brothers deal looks like. I know they're trying to expedite that. They said now they're going to do all cash, right? You do all cash. Now, the time frame that you can get that content into the wheelhouse and start trying to make revenue off of it gets picked up in the first 2 quarters of this year, where it was looking like if they were going to do loans and figure out how they were going to do buybacks and shares, it would have took them to 2028. They're trying to get back into this space where yes, we did the 10-to-1 split, but we're still the most dominant thing when it comes to media and especially streaming services. Tomorrow will be very interesting, and it's going to tell us a lot. I like Netflix.
All right, before we bring MG on, because we got to bring MG on, the last thing is Microsoft. When is Microsoft? When we going to see some? When we going to see some action from Microsoft?
Are you not happy with how they? I mean, I think they're in a great position right now to. Like around that stock level, I'm not gonna give our price away, but 449 is a place.
Not even a buy point per se, but like Microsoft has been kind of like, I mean, it's all right. A year ago it was $444, and today is $459.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty much flat for a year, right? Like, when are we going to start to see Microsoft take off to the upside?
I think once they figure out to be very honest, the onboarding of a new AI partner and what that looks like, and then also to the window of when OpenAI goes public. This reminds me of like a star player being in a star organization, but it's not working out. So let's get this off the books. Let's get our 49%. But now we have all the tools for Copilot and all the software that we need. It's very interesting, but like same with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was at negative 10% for the year, it still represents an immense amount of opportunity for the next 2 or 3 years. And I think on the enterprise front, as we head into recession in 27, I think that'd be more valuable. But like once they get the OpenAI situation, keep your calendars marked when they'll go public. They'll be good. They'll be good.
All right, let's bring Matt on, can we?
Jizzle.
Matt.
We all. What's good, fellas?
What's up, my boy? My brother, how you doing, man?
We are blessed. Thank God for another day. What's poppin'?
Blessed and highly favored, my brother.
Don't be mad at me, man. I meant to text you that TSM thing, man. It's just
I'm looking in the group text right now, and I'm seeing that return.
Group text dry as hell, right?
Yo, I just saw that.
It was the Wi-Fi.
Damn, that shit is crazy, bro.
But I have called you.
So shout out to Troy. I'm on my Troy-ish for 2026. Stay low, keep firing. You might not see me after Market Mondays tonight, live or anything for the rest of the year.
I ain't mad at you.
While I